Hello, welcome to Country Stitchers. I'm Liz,
Hi, I'm Deb.
and this is a Wear White Day.
Yep.
It is a bright day. We are excited to be here. We have a lot of things to share today. And I just wanted to make a quick comment before we move on about our last video. We had an interruption in our recording, so it's in two parts. And I wanted to let you know, because a lot of people have left a comment about the fact that they got 228B before they saw 228. The order that they appear in your feed is not up to us. That's up to YouTube's algorithm and how they feed you videos. They did get posted in order. They always go up in the order that they're published. And it was posted with part 1 and then part 2. And we thank you all, because it did look like most of you made your way to both parts of the video, and we appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you.
We had some trouble one time with our service through the network, and we had that happen so many times in a row.
We almost quit.
We did. It was so
awful.
discouraging.
It was
3
awful.
straight days to do one complete video
it was
just
awful.
more than we wanted. So
Yeah.
anyway, we're happy that was a one-off. And again, we do number each video. So if you are uncertain, you can go to our channel by clicking on our thumbnail, and the list of videos that have all been published are there, and the numbers are available, and you can see where you left off. So thank you. And
I had also had a video. I did a little quick fall decor video. Thank you so much for all the sweet comments and for watching. I had so many requests to let you know where I got my recliners, my new recliners in the living room, and the name brand of those. So I'm just going to tell you here, because I have gotten back to so many people. All right, so the recliners in the living rooms, they are Josie Swivel Glider recliners. Josie, Josey. And I found them at a local store in our area where we live called Martin's Furniture. So, but if you just put in Josie Swivel Glider recliners, they do have different places they sell them. And yes, we love them. They're wonderful. Highly recommend them. And
I can attest to very comfortable. I have stitched
we like them a lot.
them, yes.
Yeah. So
awesome.
glad I got that out of the way.
I want to share one thing with you before we get into the needlework, because Deb had a get together. I am not a person that often is chosen to win a prize. And you know, when they do drawings and things. And so Deb had this gathering and my name was drawn. So this was what I won, along with a couple of other things in the bag. But McKenna made this pumpkin, and
It's hand
decorated it beautifully. Yep, it's handmade with that chunky.
It's called hand knitting. And so we would get together and make blankets and then pumpkins. And all you're doing is using your hands. There's nothing else that you do. It's just a certain way you're maneuvering it. They're so easy to do. Again, look it up on YouTube.
There's a link to it in our playlists, because we did these, Deb and I, almost 2 years ago.
That's when we started. Well,
The
that's when
small
McKenna and
ones.
I did them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Deb and I did them
And
once,
blankets.
the small ones, and we linked a video that teaches you how to do the chunky knitting, I think it's called. Anyway, it's in our playlist under, I think, how-tos, and you'll see the link to that there. But anyway, it was beautiful, and I love the fact that she put the little greenery and flowers in the top with the raffia. That's really pretty. Did you do that? Oh, that's a mom touch. Well done, Mom.
So yeah, I had a candle party, and it was just so much fun to get all of the girls together. And Liz came over, and I had a door prize. And so yes, her name was chosen. It was so funny though, because at the baby shower, you won something at the baby shower.
I did.
People are going to start thinking that I'm purposely picking you.
Well,
and
I said to Rick, I said, I'm going to not be allowed to put my name in.
I know.
I said, maybe it's just only the Eshelman events I'm going to get drawn from. I said, maybe that's my luck.
But oh, it was so much fun. We had a great fun night. There's a couple, Ashley and Logan, and they own a nearby. It's a company in our area, and they call it Maytown Candles. And Liz and I have to be really careful with the candles we burn, because we either get sinus infections or headaches
Yeah.
from certain very
Fragrances.
popular candle companies that we won't name.
Yeah.
That we can no longer buy from because they have made us sick. So I know that's a lot to say. We have found a company, and their candle company is called Maytown Candles. That's why I wanted to have the home party. They do have a website that Liz will link if you are interested. They'll ship anywhere. But we had so much fun that night. And just to let you know, they have 2 different sizes, a small and a large. But we had a ball, and this was one of our absolute favorites. It's pepperberry mistletoe.
Yes, it is beautiful.
Oh my God.
Beautiful fragrance for the
I
holidays.
wish we had smell-o-vision because it just smells like Christmas. It's just awesome. And they're, again,
it is very similar to a candle that Yankee Candle used to have in their lineup that they discontinued called Christmas Eve. It was my favorite Christmas candle, and that smells so close to it in my nose.
Yeah.
My nose and my color sense may just be mine, but
so their candles are all natural and they're made with soy coconut wax. Just to let you know, if you are interested, they're great gifts. Yes, we had a ball.
we did.
Lots of candles ordered, lots of smelling going on, food, and you won the door prize.
I did. And imagine it was a craft. Imagine that. So that was fun. You've been working on some things, and I didn't get a lot of stitching done this past week, but I did do a little.
I have a stitching finish, so it'll look like I didn't stitch very much because I'll show you that finish then. But I did get some more work done on my token of love, and this is with my needle and thread. I'll hold it this way. I'll show you. That is the design, and I'm using some of the called for colors, but I threw a few extra in there. The fabric is buttermilk, and it's 46 count from Fiber on a Whim. That's my fabric. I finally remembered this time. Do I get a pat on the back?
Yes, you do.
All right, so this is what I have so far. I have the house finish.
Nice.
I'm working up here right now. So that's that. A lot of fun. I like it a lot.
What did you say that was, 46?
46. Yes, because I think I have... Remember, I got something that...
You want to put it in?
Hopefully it's going to work to finish it. Yes.
I can't wait.
Lots of fun.
Very nice. I did work on animal crackers. This is Bobbin. You might remember her from Stacy Nash. And I'm technically finished with it, but I'm redoing a portion of it. I didn't care for what it looked like. And it was funny because I was saying to Deb when I'd stitch on it, I don't like the way that looks. And then I asked myself one day, what time did I stitch that? Because it looked weird. Then after a couple of days of catching up on some sleep and having some more stitching time, I sat down, I looked down and I went, oh, well, that's pretty obvious to me now. This portion of her belly right here, that's a mix, it's a cattail. And it does have kind of a striped look to it. But it's stitched with 2 strands instead of 1, which the rest of it is stitched with. And that was what was troubling me. Deb said that didn't bother her so much as the way it's striped.
Yeah,
and she would suggest restitching it in a way that it's not so striped and using this sort of a more beige shade out of the cattail.
Yeah.
So I'll show you that thread because then you'll see what we're talking about. With overdyed floss, you have... you have the variegation going through it, and you can cut your length of thread and choose a section of color that you like, and you can use the variegation that all goes together, but in any way you want to. Deb's really good at that. So anyway, I'm gonna take a section of this that's in that darker beige, and I do think I'm gonna try it with 1 strand and see if I like the look of that. When I do
this is a perfect example of, you can tell the way Liz stitched it. She stitched it in
row by row.
Yeah, and
stitch by stitch also.
And that is all the same thread right there. So and it looks like it's 2 threads. Yeah. 2 different colors.
Yeah. It's just unwinding.
Yeah.
So anyway, next time you'll see her, that'll be redone. And maybe she'll even be sitting on top of a spool because there's not much stitching there to do. I just got to get her done.
Got to get the finish bug.
And I did change a couple colors, and when I show her next time, I'll give you those color changes if you're interested. And that was my stitch time.
Nice.
And then
Nice,
you had
nice.
another one.
I finished the Quilted Witch.
She did.
This was so much fun, I just couldn't put it down. So this is it's designed by Lori Holt from BMI Bonnet, and it was sent to us from Fat Quarter Shop. This is the pattern. I did change it up, and I changed the colors because it was a little too bright for me. Thank you.
Oh, love it, love it, love it.
Thanks.
She waited to do the last part that I didn't see that the other day.
So this is my finish. Like I said, I muted the colors a lot. I obviously gave her a really fun little broom there.
Love that.
Did a couple different stitches on the pumpkin and her dress. I added a little lace border at the bottom of her dress, and I changed the layout. I put a lot of the quilt pieces like over here, the quilt designs, and then I kept her broom as the edge over here.
So the kitty's gone.
Yep,
And
kitty's
you
gone.
moved these around.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
this one up in the corner, this one, is that still this one?
Yes.
In your colors. Wow, that's really dramatic.
Yes,
If you
it
show
is.
that
Yeah.
difference, that's very dramatic.
Yeah.
Wow, that's gorgeous.
And I changed her skin color because I wanted her to be green. This was so much fun. Like I said, once I got going on this again, I could not stop.
The comments on our,
Oh, she's
if you
so
want
cute.
to get an idea and get in on the changes, the comments on this on the last video were really fun to read.
Thank you. So now I have to completely finish her. I did hold up the paper last time that had my change in threads. So if you're interested in that, that is in one of our last videos, right?
Yep, the illumination video. Yep.
Oh, no.
Whoops.
Why
Here's
am I
your,
not seeing?
what you looking for?
Well, I know that I had it written down what fabric I'm using. However, cannot find it right now.
Okay.
Do you remember, Liz? I know it's 46. I
That
think.
wasn't butter.
Shoot.
When
I'll
I
have to
think
look back at our
butter.
video. Anyway, sorry about that. I think it's a 40.
She probably said it with the last
Yeah,
video as
I
well.
did.
So when she's holding everything up, you'll see it there.
I did. Yeah. So that was so much fun. Oh my goodness.
It is.
She's
It's
a cutie.
gorgeous.
She's a cutie.
Now let's see.
All right.
I stuck Bobbin back there with my notes. All right. So we received some things that we want to show you from Fat Quarter Shop, and also share a couple things with you.
Yes. You can go ahead and hold those
All right.
for a while if you want to.
All right. So we received a package. It has a really cute little scissor fob with a flower on it. And that's called Dresden Charm, and it's sort of a rainbow pattern. It just sort of swirls around the colors.
Cute.
And this one is cute. This is another one of the jar series, which I showed last time. I'm doing the snowman right now. This is September Sunflowers.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be a great time to do that one.
Mm-hmm.
And for those of you who may not have seen that video, I used a blue fabric, so I didn't have to stitch the blue in the jar.
Mm-hmm.
And then I used galvanized overdyed floss for the cap, and I don't have to change colors there. And it gives that sort of striped look like we just looked at on the belly of my bobbin. But it's really a quick stitch when you eliminate the background stitching.
Yeah,
so
true.
you might want to try that with this one.
And if you love those, Liz and I have 2 sets of the charm and that
And the jar.
So if you're interested in receiving these on the next video, how about you leave the keyword September in your comment, and we'll choose 2 people for that.
Yes. And then, not to leave out our quilting
Yes, our
viewers,
quilting friends. Yes.
we received this book called Family Favorites by Sherry McConnell and Chelsea Stratton. And it is a lovely book. I forget how many.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. It looks like there's over 20 different quilt patterns in this book. So
Yes, thank you, Fat Quarter Shop.
Yes, we would like to encourage you to check out their quilting supplies. Everything obviously from fabric and threads and
Yes.
and patterns, and they have the paper pieces that you use. If you're a quilter, from what I understand, they have it.
Yes. All right,
And
that was our subscriber tribute.
It was.
Alarm. Each video we like to say a special thank you for those of you that like to hit that subscribe button and then announce 2 winners on each video. All right, Liz, if you can show that. This
will.
goes to the first subscriber tribute. You get 4 patterns.
This is neat. I
Yes.
stitched part of this. I didn't stitch all 4. It's a seasonal stitch, and it's spring, winter, autumn, and summer. And this is by Little House Needleworks, and they did have this with silks, I believe. When I bought mine, I bought them, and it had like a blue silk in this one to stitch it with.
Okay.
I think it was silks.
Okay.
Because that was part of my allure, was I wanted to start doing something with silks. Remember that little, it didn't take long before I was
And it's
over
neat
the
that
border.
you could stitch them all together if you wanted to, or just keep them separate and stick them in a bowl or wherever.
Need a pillow
So,
or a big
The
sampler.
subscriber that those patterns will go to is Peggy Hughes, Hughs 4614. Thank you very much for being a subscriber.
Congratulations, baby.
Yes, congrats.
Oh, this is fun. Scarlet House. It's called Orts and Ends.
Yep.
And then this one is from Plum Street Sampler. And it is My Peaceful Home, and it's a drum.
Yeah, pretty.
Drums are fun to do.
Yes, and that subscriber is Sandra Ketchum, Ketchum 4935. Thank you very much.
And just to correct that, that's CHEM, Ketchum, and
CH?
KETCHEM.
EM,
Yep.
not, okay.
And it is,
Sorry.
I jokingly said to Deb, did he author Snoopy? And then I had to look it up. No, he authored Dennis the Menace. I knew that name Ketchum was the author of a cartoon strip I used to read.
And on our last video, Liz and I both had something to pass along to give away. We had 2 keywords, and this was one of the giveaways.
This was Spooky, and it was a kit to stitch a little project, or accessory bag by Shepherd's Bush, and everything's inside of it.
Yeah.
And
Everything
who's
that
this
you
gonna
need.
go to?
Okay, that keyword was spooky, right? That's Kathy Crouch, CROUCH 2291.
There you go, Kathy.
Kathy, thank you. And thank you both. These are both subscribers as well.
Yes.
This keyword was wicked, and it's a 3-part mystery sampler. Very, very cute, with the fabric that it calls for. A very fun fabric with the little polka dots on it.
And that's a 32 count fabric.
And the keyword was wicked. That goes to Debbie. Is it Guest? GUEST?
Yes,
9939. So thank you very much. And my email address is in the description box. If you can email me, and then I'll get your physical address and send it out to you.
There's a lot of goodies.
All right. Yes.
Fun. It's so fun.
It is so fun.
It is.
Fun, fun, fun. Okay.
I forgot to share something with you. I was digging around, and it was just kind of fun. I was bearing in mind that if I wanted to work on a sampler, that maybe
That it shouldn't have a border.
or it needs to be a Liz approved border. And I ran across a pattern that was shared with me, and it is Antique Animal Sampler.
Oh, that's super cute. Yeah, I remember this one.
And it's by Elizabeth Needleworks Design.
That's cool.
I liked the layout of the sampler. I liked the images. I like that it's sort of antique looking, older looking. This is Heartland.
Oh, that's a nice fabric.
I really like Heartland.
Yeah, I do too.
It reminds me a little of Vintage Country Mocha, but it doesn't have that orangey color to it.
Very pretty.
And it is overdyed in the general sense, not stamped, whereas one of them is printed only on one side. That's the vintage country mocha. So anyway,
That's really pretty.
That'll
What
be a
count is
pretty
that?
one.
What are you stitching it
I
on?
believe this one is 32. Let me double check.
Okay. And these are the colors to go with it?
Those are the colors. It's a nice color palette.
Yeah, very pretty.
Yes, that's a 32, and that's by Picture This Plus.
Looks
that
like they're all
Heartland.
weeks.
Yes. And that's
Here,
artichoke,
people do
baked
this and it
apple,
looks better.
blue heron, blue jeans,
Blue jeans.
carnation, gunmetal, kudzu, palomino, plum, red pear, schneckley, straw, and white lightning. And I want to say something to Elizabeth's Designs. Thank you for putting those in alphabetical order. I rewrite the list of colors so many times to go to my wall where I have them in alphabetical order, and then I have to alphabetize them or play the main mind game while I look for them.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yep, she alphabetizes her key, which is great. Makes it very nice.
Very cute.
That's the format. Very easy to use.
That's a nice, I like the gunmetal.
Isn't
That's
that
a
pretty?
nice, it's a black, but it's very soft.
It is.
If that makes sense.
Very different than mascara.
We got new chickens, and McKenna was out there, and she goes, "Oh, I like the black ones. They're so black." And we're like, "Yeah, they didn't have any of the light black ones left."
We're gonna dust their feathers every now and then so they're not as black.
Oh gosh,
That's funny.
okay,
Smoky
McKenna.
black, dark black. But if you think about it, like you said, mascara
Yeah,
by Weeks is
Yeah.
a very deep black,
It
as
is.
is Raven. And Raven's almost a little purple green
yes,
to it too.
It's very different.
It's funny when you handle these enough, you start to see the differences in the flosses.
Yeah.
But it's fun. Now, I wanted to share with you a tool that we use all the time, but we don't think about, which are our reference materials and our patterns in our books. And over the years, I've had some fun. I was going back through cleaning out some bins. When I first joined the guild, I thought, I'm getting so many things that are helpful pieces of information, stuff I want to use. How am I going to keep it? So I made myself a little notebook, and I was also subscribing to Mary Englebright's magazine at the time, and I fell in love with the cover of or one of the pages. I forget which page this was on, but it's two little girls in an apple tree, and the saying on it says, "There was a definite process by which one made people into friends, involved talking to them and listening to them for hours on end." And I thought, oh, that's us. And that was her image. But anyway, I was just, everybody at the guild were like-minded people together. It's just very inspirational. So what I did in my notebook was I put guides and charts inside that I could reference quick. And then I put a pocket in the back that I could stick things in. But my very first journal.
Oh gosh. I remember this composition books.
Oh, I was married to a college professor, and we were dirt poor. And this was my journal. Is that not funny? I didn't even label it. I was so tired of these examination books. But I did, however.
Man.
And I even wrote up here, begun summer of 1985.
Aww.
I started stitching January of 85 when I was pregnant with Carrie. So this was fun. And I listed all the little patterns that I stitched for her nursery, and I
That's
just
so
kept,
cute.
yeah, this was my work in progress journal when I was a new stitcher.
Yeah.
And I kept all of my invoices of everything that I got at the shop there.
That does
too.
not surprise me.
I know it wouldn't. And then, I mean, it's just so much
That's
fun.
so cute.
So I have all these little things tucked into that journal.
Wait, I want to look. I want to.
Ignore what you hear. That's only one of them. I have packages of these. I do. Just lots of little
What
things.
per year?
An exam book for every month. This is.
Oh, she failed this one.
I told them to ignore you. This is put out by DMC, and when I was a DMC mentor for several years with their program, I would share these with people because they're great ways to track your DMC stash and keep tabs on what you need to buy. But all these things I just stuck in my little journal in the back. And I also kept all of my address books from all of the guilds that I've been members of, so I can get in touch with people. So that was my first periodical of my own to keep track of things. And that's one way you can do it on your own. Another way that books and things come in handy are patterns and magazines that we use to find new things to stitch. There's a way that you can store them. This was one publication I got, and I got this at a retreat we were on, and it's a schoolroom alphabet, and it's by Vicki Jeanette and Megan Jeanette, and it's kind of a primer. It's got 12 projects in it, and they do a lot of publicizing and printing in their business. So you can get nice pattern books. And we got a 10th anniversary collection of the ornaments from Just Cross Stitch. And Deb and I went, and I saw this at Staples where they can put on a spiral binding. And you can do that to anything, including this type of publication. Obviously, I had a project going in there, and the threads fell
Gifts
out.
falling out.
Yes. So we had these bound and put in here for easy stitching, because when they're in that binding, you can't, fold them over and use them easily. So that's another idea of what you can do with your pattern books. And another way to use your reference materials in your books is to have motif and stitch references. The one that Deb's using right now is the Ultimate Sampler Motifs, and those are great reference pieces. Again, we could bind those, but this one's actually easily laid open. And another way to use your periodical or reference material is for education and learning. And there are many books out there that have stitch diagrams, stitch information, history on stitching. Deb shared one that she got last video on Amazon. And this is the Cross Stitcher's Bible by Jean Greenough. I love this book. I actually read it cover to cover. It's a reference book, but I learned so much from it. And it also has patterns in the book. So there's just so many things contained in these types of references. So as I go through, if I find some really unique ones, I'll share them with you. They have publications like those that I've shown you with patterns for beading as well, peyote, three-dimensional peyote. And I was receiving a periodical for a while on beading. So when I work my way through these, you might see them. The last thing I have on my bookshelf that I was going through that I thought was interesting is something we shared before, which is the DMC Floss card. This is I would call it the anthology, if you will, of most of them. This was the newest one I had seen. It's very large. It's very well done. This is actual thread wrapped on these, not just a photo of the threads. And it's cataloged by number and a very easy reference guide in the back for you to look it up. And it tells you what page and what column your color is on. So you can choose colors, change colors, look up colors, match colors, anything you need to do with this. And I know Deb liked it when we first met because she likes to change out colors, and it was a great reference for her. And I have a smaller version of that, which was its predecessor. That one had little thread tails, if you will, all in numerical order, and you could actually feel it, see it, lay it against your fabric if you wanted. I do like this format better for color, but the other one was fun to play with.
Yeah, very impressive. That was fun to read through. Wow, DMC used to be really cheap.
Yes. Was that the 10-cent price?
Oh, no, it didn't go down to 10 cents.
Okay.
But no, now, okay, so a needle in my hand. They're not open and, oh, no.
They disappeared before I ever left Maine. Yeah. That was my very first shop.
Aw.
It was fun.
Yeah, very cool.
I know that AC Moore, remember when they,
passed.
thank you. Pass fail.
Very
Remember AC Moore used to have 10-cent skein sales.
Yes.
And that was so awesome.
Fun.
People would be so nice. They'd line up and they'd walk in a row down each level and then come back and get in line again and go to the next level. And we were such great shoppers when it was time to spend money there.
Yeah.
I remember one day I took $20, came back with, what would that be?
But
400
that's when they used to
skeins of
also
floss?
have them really. Now you go in and it's like it hasn't been restocked in forever.
Yes.
Good Lord.
I know, that's tough now.
Anyway.
Not nearly
Very
as fun.
cool.
So,
Very cool.
brings us to cruise news.
Cruise news. All right.
Registration.
Woo-hoo! Registration is going to be open by the time you see this video. So don't dilly-dally. Get your spot. We cannot wait to hear from you as to who's coming along with us.
Yes.
Yay.
And we will set sail.
Yes.
It's very exciting. Every night I go to sleep, and the last thing I'm thinking about before I fall off to sleep is a cruise. I see all kinds of things going through my mind about us and activities and people we'll meet.
I know.
It will be fun.
It is going to be so much fun. The website, are we going to have that linked on this video as well for the
all
cruise?
of our videos from this point forward will have a section in them that reference the cruise, give you the link.
Okay.
We'll keep you posted when we learn any new information or any new videos that Jean Farish is posting about the videos. All of that will keep you posted.
Okay.
So check the back of our videos, and we'll
we
keep
really
you updated.
hope you join us at FlossTube at Sea 2026.
Yes.
Good times.
When we were at the doctor's the other day, I have to tell you, I mentioned that we were going to take a cruise, and of the 3 staff people in the room, 2 of them had been on a cruise. The PA, he took his family on a Carnival cruise out of Baltimore and looked right at me and goes, "Where are you going out of?" And I said, "Fort Lauderdale." He goes, "Phew." He goes, "Don't go out of Baltimore." He said, "We had the worst weather and it wasn't fun." He said, "I hear Fort Lauderdale's better." But they took their little ones on a Carnival cruise, and from what he said, they were busy, very busy with the little ones. And then the other woman who was visiting the room that day, she said they took their first cruise to Hawaii from California, 15 days. And they took their teenage daughter along. And she actually said that she was bored for like the first 3 days. And she kept saying, "There's all kinds of things to do on this ship." She finally bumped into another teen who said, "We're going here after dinner. Do you want to join us?" She turned around and went with them, and Mom and Dad said they didn't see her again for the rest of the cruise because she was out with the kids groups doing everything they were doing. So
yeah, there's so much stuff to do.
just got to be connected, I guess.
That is one lucky teenager.
Yes.
I wasn't even allowed to say I'm bored.
Really?
No, we were not allowed to say we were bored growing up. Mom was like, "Oh, you're bored? Oh, I'll get you something to do."
Oh, bored. I thought
we were not allowed to say I'm bored.
I thought you said we weren't allowed to stay on board. And I thought, I didn't know you had the opportunity.
Oh, no. Yeah, we were in the dinghy in the back.
You will stay down.
They would throw us food once in a while.
Yeah. You're in the hole.
Yeah.
You may not come out. You're banished.
Oh, gosh. All right.
Well, we have a fun gadget corner for you today.
We do.
First, we'd like to say
We do.
that we're going to do a little comparison during Gadget Corner.
Yeah.
We're going to look at some lap/table stands. You've seen the Patoki stands we shared with you Christmas before last, might be that long ago.
Yeah.
About 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And this is the floor stands that Deb and I shared.
Or table stand. It's not a floor stand.
I'm sorry, I
lap
said floor, I
stand.
meant lap.
Yeah.
It sits.
For someone really, really short.
And it is in multiple colors. We showed over the time frame quite a few of them.
So this is my original one that
Yes.
I have. And we want to say a huge thank you.
Yes.
Because Vlad sent us his 2 new creations.
Yes. This is the
really,
new.
really updated and gorgeous. So this is like the new improved lap stand.
Yes. And it's
or table stand.
From what we can tell, these are limited edition. We're not sure what his plans are for them, but he was kind enough to share one with us.
Yes, they're beautiful.
The big changes come, the bottom is a smaller base, and there's nothing at all to snag or cause problems when you put it down on the table or on your lap.
It does still hold a Q-snap, so it will hold multiple frames, anywhere from something very thin all the way up to a wide Q-snap.
Yeah, you can do a Hardwick Hardwick hoop. That's what Deb likes to use, and they're different heights. I have a really small one and I have a larger one, and they both fit.
Yeah, I love the wood graining on
It's very
these.
pretty.
And the best part I think that he did is with this little lever on the side, this is now how you maneuver it up and down instead of having to twist that ball and things like that. I mean,
This one
that's
adjusted
brilliant.
here and adjusted the size.
Yeah, so now all you have to do is move the lever, and then so now it's completely ready to just fold down. But once I would put this lever all the way down, it holds it tight.
Yeah, and before
you
you
can
had to
adjust
kind of futz around with it in here. And try to tighten it if you wanted it to stay closed.
It's a beautiful new design and just a work of art. I mean, it's actually
nice
gorgeous.
profile.
Yeah, so thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you. And
we'll put the link to Patoki's website in the description box for you to take a look at his pieces and anything new he might have out there.
Right.
So thank you very much. And we did do a series of videos on stands and floor stands and frames. So you can go back to our playlists, and one of them is labeled that way. And you can go back if you're interested in looking at different types or where they're available. All of that information is in the description boxes or spoken about during those videos as well.
Yeah.
So we don't catalog everything, but what I do at the end of every video is I categorize it into one of the playlists. So that's part of what we do, and they'll all show up in those categories after we do it.
Yes.
Well,
is that a wrap?
I think they ought to keep their needles up.
All right.
And share the joy of needlework.
needlework.
Bye-bye.
See ya.